Yahweh.
Peradventure. Welcome everyone to tonight's Skeptic Bible Study, Episode 8, Wrestling with Yahweh, where we take a critical yet fun look at the book some people tell us is good. On this episode, Jacob goes toe-to-toe with God in
Where's
what
Vince
I'm
McMahon?
sure, I know,
Where's
will
Vince
be a
McMahon in all this?
massive... in what I'm sure will be a massive pay-per-view event. So without further ado, let's put on our geese and start wrestling with deities. Before we get to the categories introduction, some of you guys were getting reminders or weren't getting reminders on when we were going live. And while I've been notoriously fashionably late, I may
Sometimes it's
have
my fault.
found...
Sometimes it's my fault, but not always, Amy.
We share. It's like a peanut butter cup. It's okay. Notoriously fashionably late, I may have found a solution. Next to the subscribe button is a little bell, which has 3 different options, and this has to be switched to all. YouTube wouldn't want our lives to be easy. I'd also like to give one final thank you to RN Ra for coming on our little channel with Donald Kronos to do a debate review with Ken Hovind. So if you're interested in that analysis, it can be found in the videos tab. Okay, with that, let's see what's on the menu.
Before we begin, I'm going to start by going over the specific Bible we'll be reading, along with some helpful category marks. Categories, you say? Why, yes I do. You see, we're going to be reading from the Skeptic's Annotated Bible, an entire King James Bible lovingly fawned over by a skeptic who decided he would add his own notations. These are little flagpoles of sanity put in use to remind us that, hey, maybe slavery is evil, including categories like absurdity, injustice, and cruelty, but also a good amount of intolerance, contradictions, and conflicts with science or history. That doesn't mean it's not packed full of misogyny, false prophecy, and some questionable biblical family values. Now, we won't skip the good parts that the Bible has, only that these passages seem far fewer in number than any priest or pastor seems to suggest. So without further ado, won't you come join the Skeptic crew?
Woohoo! How are you tonight, James? Are you ready for some deity WWE?
I am ready for some deity WWE. I bet it's going to be a blowout win for Yahweh. That's just what I'm thinking right now.
I know. How can you not put your money on Yahweh, right?
He practices a special kind of wrestling. It's called Italian wrestling. You may have heard a little bit about it from earlier, but that's why don't we begin opening up tonight's Bible study with a word of prayer? Okay. Dear God, thank you for being such a good, kind, lovable, all merciful God. Bless this stream as we look through your amazing word, and we find so much wisdom and beauty and so many things that have a profound impact on our life. God, we are pond scum without you. We are nothing but evil, vile, degenerate pieces of crap. And we beseech thee, we beg you for mercy, God. Don't throw us into hell, please, God. And forgive us for all the terrible things that we do every second, even just by being alive. Our life is an affront to you because we are not perfect like you are, because we are how you made us. And you didn't make us to be perfect. You made us to be flawed. And so we are. So we apologize for that, Yahweh. Amen.
Ramen. Oh, well, I hope that that overpowers the gay powers that generally send out hurricanes.
Um, well, yeah, today is in my time zone, our time zone, Valentine's Day, and that wouldn't be complete on your end without some sinful activities uh,
Of course.
that may end up causing a tornado or hurricane or earthquake somewhere in the world. So get ready for that.
Has to be really good sex, though. Can't just be bad sex. If it's
For
absolutely fantastic sex, I feel like that's enough to make a hurricane or a tornado. I think that's how it works.
for Yahweh to kill, hundreds of people who had nothing to do with
Mhm.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
exactly. And okay, so welcome everyone to our Skeptic Bible study, Wrestling with Yahweh. And I think we'll start to dig in. We'll start to see how could someone possibly fight with a god, and how could that happen in the Bible? I didn't hear that passage in Sunday school. What
It
about
is
you,
a
James?
profound passage. I it's not one that they spent a lot of time talking about. Let's just point that out. Yeah, it's not something they really spend much time dwelling on.
Yeah. All right. So, Book of Genesis, chapter 31, which
We are
means
almost through with Genesis, right?
we are officially 3/4 of the way through Genesis.
And
Woohoo!
we've already learned just so much, so many amazing things, and so many things that are profoundly impact our everyday life. So much wisdom.
I know, and it went from very early on the creation of the universe to Yahweh's Creek. It's become a little bit dramatic. We've had lies about wives being their sisters. We've had women falling on their face laughing, but I'm pretty sure she's dead. So it's been exciting,
Don't
drowning
forget
everyone's
that
time.
time. Now, don't forget that time when, because we know this is how gay people act in real life. If there's an attractive man, they will all go to that door and demand entry. Like when John Maddox, like if he flies into San Francisco and stays in a hotel, they'll be beating that door down. Like you're coming out here and being with us. Whether you want to or not, because that's just how they are, right?
Hey, it's just how it's biblical morality for you, right?
And now, if John Maddox, then if he had a young child in there and he sent them out, that would be acceptable, of course, because it's not him being violated, correct?
Yeah, it's not his free will.
Yeah.
We also haven't gotten. It's funny they talk about free will so much, and I haven't seen those words yet. That's amazing.
I don't think that's in God's philosophy, the dictionary, but uh, the apologists get there for him. They take the things that he says and they get you to free will. So it's in there. It's
Exactly.
just not spelled out.
And so, Dak, I see you backstage. I'm going to read the categories, the first paragraph, and I'm going to let you in. So
Oh,
we're just
Donald's
going to look
already.
at this.
Donald's here.
Donald's
All
in,
right,
but that's
Donald's here, ready
okay.
to go.
It's going to
Yes.
be. So first, we're setting up with Jacob runs away from lesbian, and we have over here some absurdity, some contradictions of science, which once again gets me to show off my new shirt. Y'all need science. Not my lovely audience, of course. You all have plenty of science. Heart, heart, sending love out to the chat. And so we have some contradictions of science or history. It's a good mix. Who knows? We have some law bringing, or maybe some unlaw
Injustice.
bringing. Yeah, some
Yeah.
injustice. Some good old feminism. So I'm sure women will be treated amazingly. Some family values, biblical family values, always a good one, and contradictions with with itself. So I'm just going to read the
Yeah.
first paragraph. And he heard
That's
his
quite a
words of Laban's son.
There we
What
go.
were you going to say? Quite
I was
a
just going to say
list,
that's
right?
quite the lineup, right off the bat. Yahweh is not disappointing this time.
I'm going to say it actually is a big one. Now that you say it, that is a jam-packed, full of I couldn't have,
Yeah.
showed off a better one myself if I wanted to explain the categories. And he heard the words of lesbian sons saying, Jacob's ladder have taken away all that was our father's, and of that which our fathers had he gotten all his glory. We're already into such excitement. Woohoo! Donald,
Woohoo! Welcome,
how are you
Donald. How you
tonight?
doing today? Can't hear you, Donald. You're on mute.
Okay, there. No, I'm not. I think.
Now you're not.
Yeah.
How you
Yeah,
doing today?
yeah, I'm doing all right.
Huh.
Hey, the Bible's really good at self-contradiction, but when you think about it, it should be. I mean, after all, its main character is a guy who's like, I'm the Father. No, I'm not. I'm the Son. No, I'm the Father. No, I'm the Son. No, I'm a ghost.
Well,
Yeah,
Donald. Yeah, I mean, we can't expect to put God into our feeble minds and understand something that big and complex and powerful. We could just get as close as we can to His glory. All the glory to
I don't
Him.
know. As far as I can tell, the more feeble the mind, the better God fits into it.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I bet we're gonna get some wonderful nuggets of brilliance today from God. So I'm sure He's got something extra special in
And
store for us.
let's
Peradventure.
peradventure right into it. And Jacob's ladder. Behold the countenance,
Yes.
a lot of that
Countenance.
countenance of lesbian. And behold, it was not toward him as before. And the Lord, I love it when they capitalize Lord. Like that'll prove it. That proves it right there. Said
Behold
unto
the
Jacob,
lesbians and continents.
behold the lesbians and continents. Exactly. To any lesbians out there, I love you. Come flirt with me. I'm just teasing you. And Lord said unto Jacob's ladder, return unto the land of thy fathers and thy kindred, and I will be thee. Always get a little bit
What?
Shakespearean.
I will be thee?
I will be
Yeah.
thee. We're getting anamorphs. Hold on. God said.
Oh, no.
said,
There's a word with in there. I just
I will
realized
be with
you
thee.
missed a
There
word.
you go.
They throw it in. God said to Jacob, return to your
After
home.
what I just said about, I'm the Father, I'm the Son, I'm the Father, I'm the Son, for a moment there, I didn't even notice that was missing a word. I'm just like, something's wrong there.
How
I'm
do
the
you know He's His own
Father.
Father and His own Son? I don't see what the big deal with
Right.
that is,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so like, I will be thee. Why not? Works.
Exactly. I'm the Father, I'm the Son, I'm the Holy Ghost. It
I'm both,
makes sense. Don't
and I'm
ask
also neither.
questions. Exactly.
Yeah, also, neither, both, and all three.
And all
Yeah, and if
three.
you don't like it, you know where the complaint department is. Talk to
Yeah.
Lucifer down there.
Not to mention a masculine gender goddess that's both neuter gender and epicene. So yeah, and
Masculine,
spells his
neuter.
name sometimes just like the chemical symbol for helium. Capital H
Or
and all.
I am that I am.
And that I am. And Jacob's ladder sent and called Rachel and Leah to the field unto his flock, and said unto him, I see your father's countenance. Oh, good. He's seeing it now.
I almost didn't read flock there the right way for a second.
I'm sure my cell phone would have autocorrected if I tried to. And
could have been flack, right?
Exactly. Now
Or
you're
fleck,
getting
maybe.
it. Or fleck. A really big fleck. Exactly.
Maybe he was showing his flick.
Exactly.
Little short
You're getting
film he was in.
closer. Okay. That was a dartboard. My miming it's gonna be good. You're gonna like it. Okay.
I hope I'm not getting much closer.
Not too much closer. Just say no homo. Or if you like that, just say lots of homo. It's okay. Anyway, that it is not toward me as before. Tip your waitress, folks. But the God of my father hath been with me. And you know that with all my power I have served your father. See? I mean, come on. They're doing this to me. And your father hath deceived me and changed my wages 10 times. But God suffered him not to hurt me. I've supped your father with all my power, but he deceived me, changing my wages 10 times. That almost sounded like the start of lyrics. Like, I served your father with all my power, but he deceived me. Okay. And your father had deceived me and changed my wages. Yeah, okay, we got this. And he said thus, the speckled shall be thy
There's our
wages.
biology lesson.
We're getting into biblical biology. Then speckled. Oh yeah, the speckled. We're back to the silly goats.
Yes, back to the sticks and the goats. He
Okay.
only wants those kind of goats. He doesn't want any other goats other than the kinds that he wants.
It makes sense. When you don't really think about it, it kind of makes sense. The speckled shall be thy wages. Then all the cattle bear speckled. And if he said thus, the ring-straked shall be thy hire, then bear out the cattle ring-straked. Yeah, why aren't we teaching this instead of genetics?
We should.
Not a religion.
Yes, because apparently it was all God's doing that they ended up that way, and had nothing to do with all the the striped sticks that he put there just for that purpose.
Either way, God does all things.
In that particular case, I think I'd find the God story more believable.
Well, I will say,
compared to the striped stick story.
I'll give you that, Jamie, is that God seems to be getting bored, and he seems to, each time he seems to be wanting, ramped up executions and sacrifices. So, yeah, eventually he's going to be like, you know what? I like how you're burning shit for me, and it was cool that you were burning other animals, but wouldn't it be cool if you could, I don't know, burn one of you guys? But that doesn't make it right. That doesn't make it doesn't mean he's the son of a god.
Or burn me.
Burn me. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, that's probably why Jesus hasn't come back yet, because
and that being said,
we didn't burn him. God got upset and wouldn't let him come back.
He'll be back when he comes back. Come on. He'll get here when he gets here.
Yeah, he told the people that were alive then he'd be back before they died. It's probably about 2,000 years late by now.
He was, sort of, in a way, metaphorically.
Sort of, in a way.
Sort of, yeah, metaphorically.
Yeah. He said he would be descending from heaven within their lifetimes to, take them away, and
He did, metaphorically.
Metaphorically.
Figuratively. Yeah. It's all true. It's just whether it's literal, figurative, or both literally and figuratively, right?
Yeah.
Amy.
Meanwhile, Yahweh's like, I like the smell of your burnt offering so much. I'm going to increase your cattle by 1,000-fold.
And then what's that song he likes? That disco song, "Burn Baby Burn," right, Amy?
Yeah. Burn Baby
Disco
Burn.
Inferno. Yeah.
Disco Inferno. Like that
burn
smell
babies.
Of blood. And burn babies. I saw someone, I think on church, defending the apologetic today that infants deserve to be drowned because even they had sinned. And religion.
Who said that? What channel was that on?
I believe it was on a tart debate. Check out the lovely...
On a tart video?
Yes.
You know why Yahweh stopped demanding burnt offerings, right?
Why? And then we're powering of entering. Say it.
Because he found an excuse to send us to get burned forever and say that we did it to ourselves. So, once he's got billions of us being burned all the time forever, what's he need us to burn a few animals for?
His own enjoyment.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, I mean, if you were an almighty powerful of the universe, you wouldn't want to sacrifice things to yourself? You wouldn't want people to kill animals or themselves?
I'm thinking no.
No? Wow. You're so
Donald,
enlightened, Donald.
You're suffering
Oh
from
my
a basic
God.
lack of vision, lack of foresight.
Yes,
That's
I'm
clearly
suffering from
why you're not
suffering from
Yahweh,
a
and Yahweh is Yahweh.
yes, I'm suffering from a basic lack of God ego.
I know. What the
John
hell?
Maddox has diagnosed that as atheist fantasyland projection complex. So there you go.
And
Take that
and
clinical diagnosis.
and don't forget evil infinite goodness.
Yes, maybe that too. But
It's so evil that we just don't understand the good, okay? We just don't understand it.
Yeah. Or so good that we think it's evil.
And okay,
Something like that.
Come on, it may get super good. Hold on.
Okay. And it might get super evil.
Thus God hath taken away, that's probably what we're talking about. That's God hath taken away the cattle of your father and given them to me. God took away your father's cattle and gave them to me. Why is God, once again, he's like micromanaging?
yeah,
It's
Yes.
quite interesting. And it came to pass at the time that the cattle conceived that I lift up my eyes and I saw it in a dream. Once again, just sounded like we're singing. And behold, the rams which leaped upon the cattle were ring-staked, speckled, and grizzled. All the rams were losing.
It worked.
Why were the rams leaping on the cattle?
That's how sports works, right?
Oh, okay. So livestock wrestling match going on here.
Exactly. Oh, James, do you mind if I go to the center? I'm having a request. I'm moving.
The angel of
Go
God
ahead.
spake unto me in a dream,
That way they
saying,
can see the top of your head.
Jacob.
Get caught by
I know.
the Bible logo.
"Oh,
They
how
can
about that?"
see the lovely Pastafarian, both stuffy down here and flag, and my inner
Check out-
circle atheist card.
You're in range, so you can kick Donald.
Check out this long sentence that Yahweh said to Jacob in his dream. And the angel of God spake unto me, saying, Jacob.
So yeah, and the angel of God. The angels never have really big personalities. They're always just like, they're like G-men. They're like the actual G-man from the what's it called from Half-Life.
They're like nobodies.
They're just these.
But I was being a little sarcastic there. I was sort of pointing out. I mean,
you sarcastic. I'm just fucking with you.
God had a one-word sentence to give to Jacob, and he sent someone else to speak on his behalf because he couldn't even do that.
Every once in a while, I imagine that every angel has sunglasses, and they come down with like a side piece at their side. And I mean, what else would you have but some sort of enforcer?
I can just see that in
I mean, you can just one of the.
I can just picture this in modern times. This would be like, hey James, I can just picture this in modern times. Yeah. This would be like like some theist says, "Wow, God actually spoke to me." It's like, what did he say? He said my name. Really? Where was that? It was in my dream. It's like, oh, well, that's cool. You had God speak directly to you in a dream? Oh, no, he didn't speak directly to me. He spoke through an angel. So you had an angel speak directly to you in a dream? Oh, no, the angel didn't speak directly to me. He spoke through my neighbor.
Yeah, but that could be. But, I mean, even luckily, you could be one of the cherubim that we're going to read about in Psalms, who all they do all day long for eternity is float above God and say, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts."
It's all they know how to say.
That sounds like a great thing to do. Now, if you were one of those angels, you would be happy to come down and deliver messages from God because, hey,
Yeah.
what else you going
You
to
get
do?
to say a different word.
Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. Holy, holy, holy. Yes. And
Yeah,
God's
Okay.
like,
and it's like,
yes, I am
oh,
holy.
oh yeah,
Peradventure.
and then it's like,
One
oh, and
more
did I
point.
mention that? And did I mention my neighbor spoke to me through this guy down the street that I don't know?
Woohoo. And the angel of God spat onto me, Kinky, in a dream, saying, take a
Spackled onto him.
platter. Did I read that? Yes, I did. I said, here I am. And I said, lift up now thighs, just kidding. Now thine eyes, just as
Fine.
good. And see all the rams which leap upon the cattle of the rings they spackle and grizzled. For I have been seen all that lesbian doth unto thee. I bet you did. I am the God of Bethel, which
Oh, wait.
thou.
This is a different God than the God of Abraham, then, isn't it?
He's the God of everything.
No. This one's the God of Bethel. That's very specific, as opposed to the God of Abraham and the God of Isaac. You know, those are one or more other gods.
But you could be the Donald of YouTube, and you could also be the Donald of I don't know, wherever you work off of YouTube. You could have more than one role. It's just
Yes, and someone else could also be the Donald of somewhere else.
well, yeah, but there's only one God. So what are we gonna do about it? He's God. If he wants to be the God of everything, he can be the God of everything.
Well, I know which one that one was because I named it myself. It was a fake flower, but I gave it away though, so I don't have that one anymore.
Well, I mean, God does that with universes. He gives away fake universes to people.
Yeah.
If you get a dream asking you to buy another some galaxy in a different universe, probably not a good idea to invest in it.
Well, if there's only one God though, then then it really doesn't do anything except sit around and look like a fake flower because I know I named it myself.
Well, you didn't name it yourself. You thought you did, but God beamed that name into your head.
Yeah,
right?
the fake flower told me what to name it. Yeah, that's gotta be it.
That's the only thing that makes any sense. Welcome back, Amy.
My name will be God because I'm a fake flower. Yep, God's a fake.
So you can go in your imagination and create all the universes you want, and you can be the god of them and do what you want to do. But in this universe, that job is taken by Amy.
I prefer to create them in computer simulations and things like that.
That too.
It was hard
and in the
creating
game of universe.
But I have to say, I don't mean to gloat, but I didn't rest on the seventh day. I was able to go, as a deity, I was able to go the entire 7 days. Not saying I didn't rest in like a week or two, but like
so like on the 8th day, maybe, huh?
Maybe the 8th day.
Was everything that you made good? Did you check it all? And it was always good.
Man. I don't know.
It was always good.
I would say it was pretty good. Like it was decent, but I don't know. Good all over, man. I don't know.
Yeah, where was it that God dropped the ball on quality control and forgot to check that something was good?
Never. No,
I don't know.
that damn talking snake with legs screwed everything up, Donald. Blame
that might have been it. Maybe he forgot to check to see if the talking snake was good.
Free will. All right, where are we at?
Maybe he forgot to check and see if free will was good.
Oh, hey, I don't think we're ever going to hear. I'm waiting to hear the words genetic code. I'm waiting to hear the words morality, free will. All these
out of the Bible?
Apologetics that they say so much. It's amazing how little they talk about that and how much they talk about a little bit of sex, violence, and I'm going to say drowning and rock and roll.
Yes, I'm waiting for the Bible to explain human chromosome number 2.
Keep waiting for it, Donald.
Doorknob in the house.
Hey.
And I am the God of Bethel, where thou the pillar, and where vowedest a vow unto me as you do. Now arise, but not too fast, or all the blood will go to your head. Get thee out from this land, and return unto the land of thy kindred. I'm the God of Bethel, where you anointed the pillar, and where you vowed a vow to
You
me.
anointed that pillar, Amy.
Anointed that pillar, nice and slow. Now go, get out of this land, and return to the land of your family. I mean, I gave you a pillar. Now go. Congratulations. And Rachel.
If all your blood went to your head, I think it would explode.
Yes.
Not to mention the rest of your body would be in really bad shape.
That's how Yahweh likes it. He likes, generally speaking, to praise him the most. You have to get up as fast as possible, and your head has to explode. You go right to heaven. You get 10,000 bonus points that way. I like to think of heaven as like the points
Express
don't matter.
ticket.
It's just like his liners in anyway. It's
A Chuck
like
E. Cheese.
You're playing a game, but you just have to confess your sins, so the points don't matter. You know,
Like Chuck E. Cheese. You know, you turn in all your good works, and then you get you spent $40 on tickets, and you get like a 50-cent toy from one of those supermarket machines, a kazoo or something.
Chuck E. Cheese. I was talking to him earlier in chat on a debate that was going on.
Really? You're talking to the Chuck E. Cheese in a debate? I feel like
somebody going by that name. Somebody going by that name. There might be only one. I mean, kind of like God, right?
I can't tell if that means that Chuck E. Cheese is really down on his feet, or if that is really cool. And I'm glad that a sentient rat is debating. I actually,
and making $1 million.
I mean, yeah. I can verify it was somebody going by the name Chuck E. Cheese. I couldn't tell you whether it was a rat or not.
Is he related to Amy?
Yes. Always.
Probably. Yeah. Considering most likely he's Earth life.
And okay. And Rachel and Leah, oh, maybe this will get hot, answered and said to him.
Rachel and Leah?
Probably won't. Yeah. And
Jacob's away.
Exactly. And might I say, and Rachel and Leah, not from Star Wars, answered and said unto him,
That's not Rachel from Star Wars?
No, it's specifically, no, this one, Leah from Star Wars was badass. I was originally calling her Leah from Star Wars, and that was pretty funny.
Oh, Leah from Star Wars. I thought you meant Rachel from Star Wars.
Yes, now you got it. It's also Rachel from, just like Dan from Star Wars. Is there any portion or inheritance for us in our Father's house? Are we not counted of him strangers? For he hath sold us, and hath quite devoured also all our money. Okay, we're gonna read.
Money. Okay.
We're gonna read one more paragraph, and then we're gonna look over here. For all the riches which God hath taken them, our Father, that is ours, and our children now. Then, once again, Yahweh's Creek. Now then, whoever is God hath set on to do. Rachel and Leah responded in unison, as you do. Don't we get, I'm imagining two girls saying this in unison now. Don't we get to inherit anything from our Father? Father, are we strangers to him? Or what? What?
I would have tried to do that.
Prostitutes.
I would have tried to do that in unison with you, but due to lag, it would have been impossible to get right.
That's okay. I'm imagining it in my heart. This
guy, he blew all the money. He blew all the money. What did he blow it on, Amy?
What else did he blow?
Speckled goats, if I had to guess.
Wait. That didn't come out right. I said, what else did he blow? And you said probably speckled goats.
Hey.
I know. Donald, that always comes out right.
We haven't got there yet in the Bible.
Okay.
He sold us and devoured our money. All the riches God took from our Father and gave to you. It's now ours and our children. So do whatever God told you to do. I want you to know that if two women said this passages at the same exact time, it would get creepy horror show probably. Like it would be cornfield stuff.
This shit trying to figure out what's actually happening here. It sounds like Jacob went into a deal with somebody else about the goats breeding, and he got the upper edge on the deal because he had the goats copulate next to certain shaped sticks. So now all the goats belong to him, and the other guy is screwed.
Yeah, in Rachel and Leah's defense, I shouldn't do them bad. All the other girls get shafted. I hope you make out with what is it called? A payment. I forget what a nuptial. Not the opposite of a nuptial.
Alimony.
I hope you get out with something, girls. Yeah, alimony or something. Get something out of this. All right. So do whatever God told you to do. Then Jacob's ladder rose up and set his sons and his wives upon camels. Jacob set his wives on camels and left for Canaan with all the cattle and the stuff that he took from Lesbian. I'm glad that I guess Canaan isn't destroyed yet, or the people haven't been destroyed yet.
Not yet.
Yes, because they couldn't shoot anyone with it if it was destroyed, could they?
Jacob's moving in that direction, so I'm guessing something bad's gonna happen.
Yeah, something is about to happen to a sheep. That's what I think.
Well, I think it probably goes a little beyond sheep, but you never know. That'll be part of it.
I think something's about to happen to a sheep.
Yeah,
never know. Or it could be a camel. All right. And he carried away. Maybe it will be a man bear pig. That would be exciting. Shout out to South Park. Okay. And yeah, exactly. Shout out to Al Gore. And he carried away all his cattle and all his goods, which he had gotten. The cattle of his getting, not redundantly redundant at all, but he had gotten in Pandora's box. Dun, dun, dun.
Had an anagram?
Yes, that too, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Excuse me. For to go Isaac, his father, in the land of
Wasn't that Leah's servant?
Sure.
Okay, close enough.
It might have been.
Close enough.
Padme or Pandora or whatever the case might be.
Pandora's box. I think that was her name. Exactly.
Padme was Leia's
She had the
mother.
white face.
That was Leia's mother. Yeah.
Oh, is that what it was?
And oh my goodness, do we have Sam? Sam, welcome back with us. I'm not sure Donald has ever met Sam.
He has not. Donald has never met Sam.
This
How you
is
doing, Sam?
another host of ours. This
Hello.
is Sam Alvarado. She is looking gorgeous tonight.
But there's a different name on there. What's it say? Gloria?
Yes, it says Gloria Dios, I think.
Give me 1 second. I'll fix that.
No, don't fix it. I did it on purpose.
Looks like she's getting ready to do a cooking
Right.
show.
She did it on purpose.
Don't fix it.
And Tal
don't
in
fix
the
it.
house.
Leave it unfixed.
Instead, I'm saying hi, Tal.
I have a screen name tonight for a reason. Yeah, I think you'll notice sooner or later.
Okay.
And careful, Sam. We can hear the cleaning.
Yes,
I'm-
loud.
I mean, look at me. Look at me.
That's true. You're in a maid's outfit. That's true. That's true. What you should be doing.
I mean, yeah. I gotta get shit done.
Yeah, and when you got your hands in the dishwater, you can't exactly mute and unmute very easily, can you? You know, wet hands.
I'm just excited to have Sam actually back on.
Just pray to Yahweh to mute it for you and then unmute it. He'll take care of it.
Yeah, that's
All
it. We'll
glory
just
and
pray
blessing to God.
to
Oh,
Yahweh
it's one of the-
to
it's
do
one
the
of those
auto
nights.
mute and unmute.
It's one of those
Yeah.
nights. Are we picking on the Christians?
No,
Hey,
Wait. Was there a night that we weren't doing that?
now
I mean, they never take
If you
a
want
break
a
from doing it
debate-
to us. So
If you want a debate, we've got you lure more flies with honey than vinegar. Okay, you've got
Now
to lure
the-
them into the nest first, then attack.
hey, They have always been welcome on, and we will, generally speaking, unless they're
This is
just
why
playing
I need to be a
Rick
mediator.
Roll over and over, and that's an atheist or a Christian, we're not going to mute anyone. I will
I
appreciate
need-
the Rick Roll for a good
Yes.
15
Yes,
seconds.
and
I need to be
in
a
case
mediator.
and
That's it.
in case it wasn't clear, Yahweh himself is welcome to join as well.
Yahweh
Right, Amy?
is always welcome. Exactly. And now sometimes the
What do you think his screen name would be?
Jews,
Like Father God is always like Father,
I
Il
am that I
Papa, La
am.
Padre. No, I think his name would be like Big Daddy number
I
one or
am
something like that.
Daddy
Yeah,
Yahweh.
something like that.
Big
if
Daddy.
Yahweh was real, it would probably be the screen
That's what
name from
that's what Zeus
Thor
calls him.
and Avengers. It would probably be Noobmaster 69. That's kind of what I imagine.
Or Pone.
That's what-
Like remember that
Shout
one?
out to Marvel.
That's what Zeus calls him, is Big Daddy.
And greetings to Doc, greetings to Doorknob.
What if every thunderclap is just him snapping his whip? Oh my god.
Ooh.
And they're like just
Yeah.
having kinky sex up there.
Never know.
Well, Amy, that brings up a good point. We should probably plug Yahweh slave beating rods right now.
Or it could be the
official
flying
sponsor of our
spaghetti
show.
monster retracting one of its tentacles.
Name brand Yahweh slave beating rods. You can only get them
They
here
are
on HSN.
guaranteed not just lifetime, for eternity.
Look at
They're
that pine
guaranteed
handle.
for
That
eternity.
pine handle. You got to get close to that pine handle. You know.
If it ever
That
breaks,
craftsmanship.
pray, and God will replace it for you. It has an infinity out of 5 stars.
You just look at the weaving in the leather.
satisfaction rate.
Just look at that that cross.
Infinity out of 5, huh?
Infinity
okay.
out of 5, yes.
Paradventure, we're going back.
How
in.
many commandments? Is it 10 out of 10 commandments good, or is it like 5 out of 10? What rating would you give it? Like how many out
We're
of commandments?
not even up to that. And hey, we're gonna have a chapter review after that.
Oh right. You've done Exodus. No wait, Genesis.
No, we are still in Genesis, Sam.
We're still
we are
in
not
Genesis.
even halfway there.
Oh God, not even halfway there.
We're
Halfway
3/4 of the way through Genesis, so we're almost done Genesis.
there. Okay, so you've done
Yeah.
the
We're
garden,
Another
Babel,
week or so, we'll be
Noah.
out of Genesis.
Oh, Donald, I love you. I love you. love you. But that's dark matter stuff. It's
No, that's
it's like
I was just-
screen sharing while I'm tutoring. That they do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
I was just showing what I was talking about, where where Zeus calls him Big Daddy.
Hey,
Is
see, that sounds
Don
fun.
using the voice modulator thingy?
No, that's just done. He was showing a video by
Oh, no,
Dark
it's-
Matter,
It was-
and that was
It was the
Dark
Dark Matter 2525 video.
In the year 2525, if
Yeah, that one.
man is still alive, if woman
I'll
can
put a link to
survive.
it. I'll put a link to it in the chat in case anybody wants
No, I
to.
just
wants
like
to
that
see it later.
No, fuck that.
But
fuck
it's
that.
called God Vlog.
Okay, that's cool.
All
We'll
right.
just an airplane and whatnot, just like fuck it, 60 shit.
Peradventure.
Anyway,
Paradventure, and
Oh,
so
that's right. I can't do the links this way. I've got to open the other thing to do the links.
that's okay. And so, hold on one second. I know you have a thought, Sam, but we're just going to read this chapter. And lesbian went to shear his sheep, and Rachel had stolen the images that were her father. What? How'd you get images? And what the hell is going on right now?
I can't with the names. Like, who is lesbian? Who? What biblical name is are we covering?
Lesbian is right there. Doesn't it say lesbian? It says
Yeah,
lesbian right
they-
there.
They spelled it wrong, but it's in there.
Exactly. They spelled it
Okay,
wrong, but take my word
Who
for
is
it.
that supposed to be? Who is
Right
that
there.
supposed
Do
to
you see it highlighted?
Lebanon or
I-
Levon or something like
be?
that.
Levi. Got it.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Sure. I don't.
Leban. Yeah, Levi. That's close enough.
Oh,
And
Lebanon?
Lebanon.
Were they trying to spell Lebanon?
Sam, hold
Labia.
on.
No,
I can
it's-
solve this.
It's Laban.
All right,
L-
let's finish the chapter.
Something
We'll
like
finish the chapter, then we
solve
can.
this for everybody. Laban. Lesbian.
Leb-
All right. And
Leb-
lesbian.
Yeah, there you go.
Went to shear his sheep, and Rachel had stolen the images that were her father's. And Jacob's ladder stole away unawareness to lesbian the Syrian, in that he had told him not that he fled. So
This is some
Rachel
Mad Lib shit, I swear. I can't.
only the names.
pretty much.
Only the names. Rachel stole her father's images, and also, oh Sam, don't worry. Here, I'll help you out. So here is the King James version of the Bible. On the right side is the annotations by a skeptic who went over the entire Bible.
Finally got that book. You were talking about it.
That's right, good man.
Where did you find it?
Reading the Skeptic's Annotated Bible, and everyone should take a look at the Skeptic's Annotated Bible.
No, this really is HSN. Look at that.
The names haven't been changed in there, but in here the names have been changed to pretend they're innocent.
And burgundy,
exactly.
Brandy flavored Biden, satin binding. Oh, you got to get that. Get it now. I'll still on sale.
What was that? Burgundy flavored Biden?
Starting to think.
Brandy, satin, binding. God damn it.
Oh, binding.
And
we're from Delaware, okay? We've heard enough about Biden already. Just fucking.
And that's a reminder that we don't actually pray to Satan on this channel. We pray to Satin, much softer.
Staten Island,
yes.
Hey, I like
You're
Staten.
all night,
yes.
folks. Exactly.
That contract is Biden.
And can I make a flash?
Illegally Biden contract.
Illegally Biden contract, exactly.
Okay. And lesbian went to shear sheep. Oh, we read that. And Jacob stole away unawareness to lesbian the Syrian, in that he told him not that he fled. So he fled.
Really is Super Saiyan lesbian.
I know. He's being a little extra right now. But
I'm real Super Saiyan.
He's being a sneaky. He's sneaking.
Yeah.
Defeating a sandwich only makes it tastier.
My skeptic went over the ocean. My skeptic went over. Exactly.
And the cow jumped over the moon.
Over the moon.
Or the prophet jumped over the moon.
I am skeptical of both of those.
Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus.
Praise spaghetti.
Praise Jesus.
How about graze Jesus? Just put him out to pasture
After
to
you
eat grass.
praise Jesus.
Just graze Jesus. Graze.
Based
Praise
Jesus.
Jesus.
That was my
Praise
Sal
Jesus.
impression.
Are we roasting more
Sandpaper.
flesh for Yahweh again?
Braise him with a nice brandy glaze. Glaze
Praise
Jesus.
Jesus.
Raise
Okay.
Jesus. You know, you gotta shave him first.
Of course.
As you would.
As you would. So he fled with all that he had, and he rose up, oh my, and passed over the river, and set his face.
He rose up with stony flesh. What?
Oh,
Yes, we got another rise out of Jacob's ladder.
he did. And
Stony
set
flesh.
and set his face toward the mountain of Gillette.
Really?
I know
I was
that
just
stony
talking
flesh was a
about
hard one to come up with, right?
That's a hard one. That's a hard one. Cool. I was just talking about shaving, and you mentioned Gillette.
Yeah.
I know. It's amazing that they had razor technology back then.
This book is all you need, Sam.
Was it
for
the Tower
everything
of
in life.
Babel, or was it the Tower of Barbasol?
Yes. Yes.
Was it a giant can of shaving cream?
Well,
The Tower of
after Barbasol sponsored it, then it became the Tower of Barbasol.
Gillette hangs out with
Stadium.
Of the Mennonites.
Gillette hangs out with Teller. They got a pretty good act, actually.
Oh yeah, I like that. That was great. That was great.
But we're here all night, folks. Tip your waitress. Lesbian,
Tip the
catch
maid.
this up.
Yes.
Tip your maid.
Don't tip her too far; she might fall.
Don't exactly.
No.
Good-
She got a lot of shit to carry.
I've been all my Brazilian jiu-jitsu lessons learning the past few weeks. Leverage. It's all about leverage, people. Lesbian catches up to Jacob's ladder. Uh-oh, this is getting hot, folks. And it was told lesbian.
PG-13 rated chapter here.
I know.
I don't know if your Jacob ladders get caught, that's a problem.
That's the cost, especially if it gets caught in your lesbian.
Oh, none of y'all are happy.
I'm sorry. I love everyone out there. And so this is interesting. So we're dealing
Now,
with
folks, you gotta
absurdity.
treat your lesbian right. You know, every
Gotta
1,000
treat your
miles.
lesbian. Yes, exactly. Don't forget to feed and water her too.
Change the fluid every time.
Yeah. Yeah, gotta change that oil.
And
Get
so
a fresh bottle once in a while.
This has absurdity and feminism, so this should be a good mix.
This should be
And
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be interesting. And it was told, lesbian on the third day, that Jacob's ladder was fled. And he took his brethren with him and pursued after him 7 days. This is about to sound like a song. And he took his brethren with him and pursued after him 7 days' journey. And they overtook
500
him.
miles? 500
And
more?
he did not taken
Yes.
500 miles or 7 days. And they overtook him in the
7
mount.
days by journey.
And 7 more.
Yeah.
Just to fall down at the Judeans' door.
Something like that.
And they overtook him in the Mount of Gillette. And God came to Lesbian the Syrian in a dream by night and said unto
Punk
him,
ass.
Take heed,
How
thou...
does the take head?
It could have been.
Take lots of head.
Take lots of head. Thou speak not to Jacob either good or bad. Then Lesbian overtook Jacob's ladder. Now Jacob's ladder had pitched his tent in the mount. They're just doing that myself. I didn't say that.
In the mount.
So it's like okay to speak to Jacob like mediocre, like, as long as it's not good or bad.
He pitched the tent on the mound.
Don't
See,
speak
Sam,
hard
In the
about
mound. He pitched it in the mound.
See, Sam, the Bible is so fun.
You
So
think
don't
about it, you know.
Have this, don't talk about
If
this
you
thing
think
we
about-
talk about a lot. Don't talk about
If you
this thing
think-
we talk about a lot.
If you think about it, that takes some talent, you know, to pitch the tent while he's in the mount.
Mm.
And yes,
we need
it
this
book
is.
in our
Through
schools
the
tomorrow.
pants.
We need this book in every classroom. Every
I
classroom.
know. Also,
I mean, they got gym teachers teaching sex ed, so it would be an improvement.
I also
Maybe.
think there's too
Maybe.
much. There's
Maybe.
too much sex. I think we need to get some really biblical sex in classrooms because clearly they know what's going on.
Oh
about
god, it'd be
knowing
so
and all
boring.
And he came
Oh,
into
no.
and came onto. And
No,
Amy
it'd be
came onto her.
Missionary in the sand. It's just missionary in the sand. That'd be so boring.
And don't forget,
So boring.
and don't forget falling on God's face.
Well, it was, and actually,
Fell landed on his mouth.
we, without us adding anything in, we've had butt babies and oral. So
Butt babies? What? Who gave
Yes.
birth to a baby
I
through the butt?
didn't believe Donald
Abram.
at first, but it's
Abram
like
gave birth.
butt babies. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Abram had a
he
baby
didn't
through
actually. He didn't actually, but Yahweh promised him he would. After a romantic night, looking up at the stars and counting the stars to tell him how many babies, how many offspring he was going to have from the baby that would come from his own bowels. He never quite got one that way. He got a bunch of them other ways except that way, and eventually he had to learn how to do sex right because God had showed him how to do it wrong.
Donald,
Imagine
we
looking
all
up at
go
the
through
stars
that
with Amy.
phase.
Imagine
What's
looking
that?
up at the stars with
Yahweh's-
Yahweh. He
Yeah,
just makes the
Yahweh's
star
like,
go
here's how you
supernova.
make. Yahweh's like, here's how you make babies, and now you're gonna have one out of your bowels, and
Hey,
yeah,
buddy.
that was
Hey,
kind of
buddy,
a
you put it in
letdown.
the pooper. You gotta put it in the pooper.
And all right,
Turns out.
Paradventure. We're going back in. Oh, and Sam, Paradventure, because it said Paradventure in the Bible, so that's like our popcorn for refoking.
You know,
Put it on the book.
You know,
Yeah.
Yes.
Abram kept trying to make a baby with his wife, and it wasn't working until his wife, made him like have sex with her servant, and then he found out how to do it right.
Okay.
Also,
Is this Abram or Abraham?
Same one,
yeah,
different
they gotta
time period.
rename. They gotta
Yeah,
rename.
Yeah, it's the same person.
And this
Yeah.
is just a shout out if any theists. I know we
Yeah,
probably scare
Abraham-
away.
Abraham was his married name, after he married God, before he married his wife.
And I know we probably scare away all of the theists, but I just want to send a shout out.
Like, I need the
If
camera
you-
to see my eye. My disapproving eye.
Hey,
Yeah.
we'd like.
Amy will not bite. Hey, she will not bite any theist.
No, I will not bite unless you like that. time-old joke.
I love budding.
And if you've just joined us, welcome to our Skeptic Bible Study, Episode 8, Wrestling with Yahweh. We haven't even got into our WWE match yet, but we're getting
Yes,
it. Fun.
we're fighting to get there.
This man is in the building.
Uh,
Why don't you make us better?
and okay, Peradventure.
Well, if he made us better, he couldn't have blamed us for not turning out that good. You know,
No,
how,
I'm just
you know,
thinking.
how,
I'm just
how
thinking
much
of the
fun would
trash
that have
talk.
been?
Wrestlers
let's,
have to trash talk before they get in the ring. Don't you know that?
Yeah.
Finish
Yeah.
the chapter.
Oh yeah. I'm just saying though, you know, he wouldn't have had much fun that way. That's why.
What kind of tights would God be wearing to wrestle in?
No tights.
Well,
Or a
apparently.
Speedo. Oh my god, I was always like, the dudes who come out in Speedos, like, they got balls. They got balls. You got wrestlers in, like, pants and shorts, but, like,
You
the
would
dudes
know
who
that
come
they
out
have balls, right? At that point.
Well, I figured he's wearing a fig leaf.
Oh my god, no, can you imagine all that? When he pins you down into, like, a suplex or something, like, that ass right on your face. Oh god, no. At least the Speedo. At least the Speedo.
So, I know, Donald, you want to say something? That's okay. And God came to Lesbian, the Syrian, in a dream by night, and said unto him, ooh, maybe a wet dream, take heed that thou speak not to Jacob's ladder, either good or bad. Then Lesbian overtook Jacob's ladder. Now Jacob had pitched his tent in the mount, and Lesbian with his brethren pitched in the mount of
Gilligan.
Gillette.
Yeah,
Gilligan's Island.
It's got to be Gilligan. Yeah.
It's Gilligan. And Lesbian said to Jacob's mountain, what has
Gilgamesh! Oh my god, is this Gilgamesh?
Close enough. Yeah.
Yes, it
That's
is.
got to be it.
Right,
Is
it
this
has
the
to be.
epic of Gilgamesh homoerotic wrestling? That's the epic? Okay.
This is
Brethren
where-
pitched in the mouth of Gilgamesh.
Mount of Gilgamesh.
The
And
legendary.
No, I said that wrong on purpose.
And Lesbian said to Jacob's ladder, what hast thou done? That thou hast stolen away unawareness to me, and carried away my daughters as captives, taken with the sword.
He stole his
Where-
innocence. That's what he said, unawareness. Thou hast taken thou cherry.
Yes, you've stolen my unawareness. Now I'm aware. Why did you do that to me?
What?
Like I was so content with my unawareness, and you went and stole it.
I was blissfully ignorant. I was
Blissfully
ignorant.
ignorant.
The
How
annotation
dare you steal my unawareness?
Why do you run away with my daughters without telling me about it? Oh snap, it's about to get a Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahweh.
Look
Yeah.
out, bitch! I'll send you to hell.
No way,
Touch my daughters
Yahweh.
again.
You took my daughter's unawareness.
Yes,
Yeah.
My whole family's
wherefore-
unawareness.
That's all you ever
Wherefore
do,
didst
Yahweh.
thou-
Is threaten to burn people forever. Fuck you, Yahweh.
Wherefore didst thou flee with my secretary
Yahweh.
and steal him away from me?
Wherefore didst thou flee away secretly? I'm holding up a skull now.
My
And
secretary.
steal
I like.
away from me, and didst not tell me that I might have sent thee away with mirth, when with songs and tabret and with harp.
mirth.
Yes,
Mirth.
girth. Plenty of girth and songs and tablets and harps. Yeah.
Songs of girth.
Songs of girth, yes. Played on a harp.
Yes.
By a tabret.
I
But,
have
but sent away with mirth. Oh, they were happy.
Yeah.
Very happy. Everybody's
They were
happy.
sent away with mirth and Roy to capture the Fire Emblems.
if I knew you were, so it says, if I had thrown a going away party, if I had knew you were leaving. Oh, okay.
You're making it sound like a cheesy
By the
gay
way-
porn. Continue.
But by the way, in case it wasn't clear what a tabret is, that's a small tabor.
I have no fucking clue what a tabor is. But depending
well,
on the
it's also-
root word,
it's also-
they carve
It's also a
tablets, right?
tabarin.
They
It's
carve
also a
tablets?
tabarin. That should clear everything up, right?
And And so I have a new rhythm. We're gonna hold in. It's gonna be. I'm gonna read this, the annotations,
Yeah.
and then you guys can say whatever you want.
Yeah, we're the peanut gallery, and we're just throwing.
See,
You
but
could-
I
We're,
asked,
we're dragging
but I-
along
You
here.
could just call it a timbrel. Everybody knows what a timbrel is, right?
No.
Nope.
but
Timber.
I actually do like
It's
the
going
piano
down. I'm yelling timber.
part.
I'm yelling timber. You better run. You better dance.
You better burn.
And okay,
It's an instrument, another instrument.
Oh, a timbre.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Tambourine. Okay, fine.
No, it's tabor, but close enough. Close enough. Yeah, tambor it is. Tampon, whatever. Yeah, plays your tampon.
Oh, one stringed
Sent them-
instrument.
Sent them away buying the tampon.
Can you imagine that? They take the tampon and they like a wooden stick and they string it real tight. Ding 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 dong. Like a mandolin.
Yes, I can.
It would work.
and okay,
Some of my people.
Paradventure. And has that not suffered me to kiss my sons and my daughters? Thou hast not done foolish in me doing so.
I did.
I didn't even get a chance to say goodbye to them. Okay,
I
once
did.
again,
The bowls and stuff.
kissing sons and daughters.
And then I'll finish the puzzles.
And okay, it is in the power of my hand to do you hurt, but the God of your father spak unto my yesternight. Oh, baby, spak unto something, did he? Saying,
Speckled them yesternight.
take thou heed that thou speak not to Jacob's ladder, either good or bad. I could punish you for what you've done. Again, but I won't, since your father's God visited me in the dream last night, saying, don't say anything good or bad to Jacob's ladder. But why
Yeah.
did you steal my
Poor
God?
Jacob. Poor Jacob. He must be getting really bored of conversations with nothing good or bad in them, you know?
Poor Jacob.
If you can't say something good, or don't say anything at all, right?
I know. I wish we could get
No,
Yahweh.
no, it's
to follow
no,
that.
it's if you can't say something good, don't say anything bad.
Say nothing then.
Yeah, well, no, say something that isn't good or bad, because
Sorry for the swishing sound I just made. And okay,
you know,
and
say something boring and uninteresting.
exactly. Then that covers most of the Bible. That's okay. Going back, and now thou
Until you spice it up.
exactly spice of life, baby. And now thou that does say thou, right?
Though, but close enough.
The what is
Thou.
needs to be gone, because thou sore longest, oh baby, after thy father's house. Yet
Yes.
wherefore hast thou stolen my
Store
gods?
longest
Yes.
after thy father's house.
And now,
Wow.
now,
What is thy father doing
put and now, put away your wouldest. That needs to be gone.
And now, we said thouest. And Jacob's
Yes.
ladder answered and said to Lesbian, because I was afraid. For I said,
Cannot get over these names.
Peradventure.
good. We almost killed you. I know you don't know who Randolph Richardson is. There was a guy on the other night, and we were killing him so hard. I think if we had said lesbian one more time, he was going to faint.
You would die, yeah.
You and I. Thou love you, Randolph. Thou wouldest take by force thy daughters from me. Whoa, that escalated quickly. Because I was afraid you'd take your daughters from me. I'm sure you would.
Where's like Liam Neeson to jump in here?
I know.
I don't have any money, but I have a particular set of skills.
Also,
This is from back when chance was more adventurous. That's why instead of like per chance, it's per adventure.
Robert, I want you to know I don't believe in spirits, but you are my spirit animal. I do see you out there. Okay. And Jacob answered and said to Lesbian, because the sore longest father, because I was afraid, I said, peradventure, thou wouldest taken my force, thy daughters from me, Liam Neeson, with whomsoever thou findest thy God, let him not live. Before our brethren discern thou what is thine with me, and take it to thee. For Jacob knew not that Rachel had stolen them.
Now, is that saying don't let his God live, or is that saying don't let whoever is found with this God live? Because I'm not really sure. See, what do the annotations say here? But it says go ahead and search your gods.
The God libs.
It says it says go ahead and search your gods. If you find them, whoever took them will die. So whoever stole your gods has to die. Okay, so it's not the gods that have to die; it's whoever stole them.
Also, notice something once again. The Bible is being polytheistic once again. It's saying,
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, you'll see that all
It's
over.
recognizing other gods.
and the and the annotations say Jacob didn't know that Rachel had stolen their gods. So,
But Amy, according to Smokey Saint, that's only like the most radical liberal interpretation of that. You know, because we just use this liberal scholarship.
what called the King James Bible.
Radical liberal.
The most
scholarship.
radical literal interpretation.
Well, you can flip this upside down towards pointing in my ear, and then wrap it behind my pinna, like a secret agent. Yeah, thank you.
Close enough.
I was talking to her. Never mind.
Yes, wrap it behind your pinup.
Yeah, let's see. Is it like antenna, where like the plural is penny or antennae? Antenna.
I'm not really sure.
Pinna.
I'd have to look it up.
The dish that makes our ear that catches sound. The fucking
Yeah.
satellite dish that our ear is. Pinna,
Plural
right?
of.
Penny. Pinna.
Yeah.
Penne pasta.
And
I'm looking. See if I can get something out of Google.
You do that.
Yeah, hold it till after she's done.
And lesbian went into Jacob's ladder's tent, and into Leah, not from Star Wars,
Oh, come on! It's going to make me go through all that to find it.
and into two maidservants, once again, slavery. But he found them not. Then he went out, not into Leah not from Star Wars' tent, and into Rachel's from Friends' tent. I know. By the way, every time I see Rachel now, I'm going to think of the Friends theme
apparently
song.
that is the plural. The singular is Peneus.
Peneus. I'm sorry, bro. What were we talking about?
Wait a minute. Or am I in the wrong language? No, that's English, all right. Yeah.
It wasn't the wrong It wasn't the language that I was questioning.
I think they might see you.
It says it's from the Latin, so
We can see your feet.
What? No, I was talking to my girlfriend.
Yeah, I know.
I'm giving her special treatment today. Just go on. Just go on.
Okay. Now Rachel had taken the images and put them in the camel's furniture and sat upon them. And lesbians searched all the tents, but found them not.
The camels
And
cigarettes.
The camel's cigarettes, exactly. And she
wait a
said
minute.
to her father, "Oh, wait 2 minutes. I'm just kidding. I like making that joke, though. Let it not displease my lord, that I cannot rise up." I bet you. We have pills for that. It's okay. Rise up before thee, for the custom of women is upon me. Hold on, I want to read that sentence. It's a good sentence. I cannot rise up before thee, for the custom of women is upon thee.
He's mad because he can't get it up. Oh my God. He's cursing God for not being able to get it up. The custom of women is upon me, and I cannot rise up. Curse you, Lord. That's what he's doing.
And I think that she's. It says here she's menstruating, but I don't know where.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's.
He's mad. He's blaming God for not getting.
So is he going to?
Custom of women, that must mean menstruation right there. That's what.
Is he going to
means.
fall on God's face now?
Oh my God. So he couldn't get it up because she was menstruating? Is that what the Bible said?
I think he's not allowed to be around her because she's menstruating.
He's not
Right.
allowed to be around her.
And
Okay.
so he's like, "Damn it, God! Oh, why is she menstruating? I want to have
Boo-hoo.
sexy with her."
No,
God's like,
no,
I don't
no.
know. It's biology. I don't know anything about that shit.
So he's being a typical guy.
That is
I just,
that is an amazingly hard word to look up.
Menstruating or
Penny?
Peneus is?
We'll find it.
Said
A
it.
way to find it.
Pinna. Pinna.
It's in Webster's dictionary. Come on. Oh,
Pinnae.
I
yeah.
heard
It's got two. I'm seeing two plurals. Pinnae and Pinnas.
Do a
Pinnas.
12-part
Oh,
video
pinnas, like a
exposition
pinna.
on it,
Pinnae or
Donald.
Pinnas. Yeah,
Yeah,
Pinnas.
pinnas like a pinnas.
Do a whole stream about it. Do a whole
Or we
stream
could just
about
go.
it, Donald.
We could just go over words that sound dirty but aren't. Like plethora.
Yes.
I plethora sounds so dirty.
Yes, it's the visible part of your ear in case anyone's wondering, and no, the plural is not penis. It's close, but that's not quite it.
Extreme. I don't know where your mind has been going. I don't know. How dare you?
This is the Bible, people. This is holy.
Bible. This is holy.
This is holy.
Bible. There's no sex in the Bible. We all know that.
God will not be mocked.
Donald
Yes,
Trump
yes.
had his hand on this book before he became president.
Yeah, someone fell on God's face and chewed on his penis.
There you go. You heard?
On both of them.
Both of them. It's chewed on his penis.
Yes. And he searched.
Nibbling on God's penis.
Images. And Jacob was worth. And showed. Oh, come
Yay,
on.
brown tribes.
Okay.
They just broke Amy. The Bible broke Amy. She's done.
It just said showed.
She is
Yeah,
done.
It says chode, and it says chode without me having not to rename it.
Wait. It says chode?
Look,
It does.
Chewed.
As a name.
And chode with Laban. And Jacob was
Yes.
wroth and chode with Laban. And Japan answered.
and hold on.
It's a skeptic Bible study, love. You just-
Yes, like God's pinna was chewed or something like that.
Now,
We're just
now hold
having
on.
tearing it apart.
Now, in fairness, this is just the King James version.
Chewed.
On the
You know-
the left side is just the King James.
Or still the
Bible.
pots and cups and the pots and pans.
I am.
You know, chewed being the past tense of chew and chode being the past tense of chewed.
Chad. Being the past tense, first you are a Chad, then you're a chode.
Something like that.
Exactly. I heard what I heard.
Yes,
And
yes.
okay.
And Jacob was wroth, and Chad with lesbian, and Jacob answered and said unto lesbian, "What is my trespass? What is my sin that thou hast so hotly pursued after me?" Ooh, hotly.
Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit.
And okay, and Jacob was worth and chode and lesbian, and Jacob's ladder answered and said to lesbian, "What is my trespass? What is my sin? That thou hast so hotly pursued after me. What have I done wrong? Why are you chasing after me? Look, it's chasing Amy."
Yeah. Why are you chewing my pinna?
You're welcome for that word.
That made his night. There you go.
Made his night. Made my night too. It warms me.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've actually heard that word used. Or read it for that matter.
I'm a word nerd.
Donald,
I'm a
there's a
word nerd.
lot of ladies and a few guys out there that haven't heard that word for a long time either. And speaking of nothing to do with that, but what a segue. AOC champ.
Hey, yo. What's up, people?
AOC,
Ladies,
did you
everybody
bring
in
the
between.
beer?
How are you?
Hola.
I thought you said his name was
KOC with the Miller
KFC
Lite.
champ. I'm like, yes.
How are you?
Hello.
I thought he was
Scout.
I thought he had
Sabes que es alo, ¿sí? Sabes que es
Everybody
alo,
miss
¿sí?
me, eh?
And to
You know when somebody answers the phone, they say alo. You know what that is, right?
Hello.
hello.
Alo.
Hey, here it is.
Es hola en reverso.
Yum did it up and down.
So
Hey,
today,
hey, look at me.
I'm hearing echoes of echoes of echoes.
I,
I don't know if I'm disrupting right now or having a lot of
We're in
fun.
an echo chamber.
the producer in the back of my brain is like, oh, whatever at this point. Okay, so
Yes.
wait,
Oh,
no,
that's
no, I hear
echo.
the
Yeah. Now you hear it.
Now I hear it.
That's getting
Okay,
annoying.
Is that
Yes, now I
better?
hear it. Now I hear it. Now I hear it. Now I hear it. Now I hear it.
Oh,
Now I
fuck
hear
you,
it.
dude.
Now
Fuck you, don't do that.
I hear it. Now I hear it.
Probably better now.
I'll mess. Hold on.
I have
You're
to
muted.
take care of the lady. Deuces.
Lady.
Understood.
Good night, Sam.
Can everyone mute? Everybody mute.
Fall on her face.
Sam, did you say? Okay, Sam said
Had to
that he
leave.
was leaving. I want to give actually a shout out. It was just awesome having you on, and it
He
was.
He hadn't been on in a while. Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
Good to see her
Yeah,
again.
that was cool.
Good to see her again, and we
Good
actually
sense of humor.
may do the transgender topic. I try and stay away from identity politics, but I may have a fun Tyrannosaurus Rex topic this Sunday. Give awareness. Everyone can ask the type of questions that we are. I want to do more podcast material because I love, as much as I love our Skeptic Bible study, and these actually have been surprisingly a blast. We're going to do more podcasting. And with that,
We have to address
let's
the 500-ton elephant.
Identity
at some
identity
point.
politics. That's giving names to many blood-sucking insects, right?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Yep. You got it. You got it. Yes.
Yeah, Amy, I actually wanted to ask you, in about 3 weeks, I want to get my people back together, and I want to do a podcast on, and I want to bring you into it.
Oh,
Am I echoing?
yes.
Yeah.
That's what Yahweh.
One of the
That's
two.
what Yahweh said. Get my people low.
I wonder why, because we hear you have headphones.
Yeah, apparently got two going on here. Let me figure it out.
Do you have the chat open up and the StreamYard?
So I'm going to mute
I
you for
muted
just
the
a
chat.
second.
Yeah, please do.
You must have YouTube open
And
up.
I'm going to
and no
add
StreamYard.
Goober. Hello, Goober. How are you? You
Muted.
are?
Hello?
Hello.
How's your night going?
Okay.
Cool.
Haley?
Yeah.
That took 2 seconds. How are you? That's good. See, now we have
How am I,
two.
guys?
We
Am I
have
good?
two pagans on the channel.
Goober is a pagan?
If that's Haley, then my roommate is a pagan, and KOC
Okay.
Champ, I think, is a pagan.
Is Champ good now? I don't know. Am I good now?
Yeah, I think you sound
I think
better.
it's better, yeah.
Okay.
I've been heard.
Okay, straight. I had to turn off one microphone. My apologies.
Yes.
I've
Yes,
got
your God-
one for
your God
podcasting,
voice
one
went
for
away.
the headset, and another one for not. So let's turn one of them off. My apologies.
No,
Well,
you're
next
fine.
time, just pray to Yahweh and he'll fix
Just
it.
pray to it.
No,
and let me
I don't,
tell
I
you,
don't really care about Yahweh. He can go. He's got a lot of things he can do for me that aren't very nice. So
I know Yahweh can go fall on his face, huh?
yeah, I won't say. Look, man, for all the religious people, hey, by all means, I hope Yahweh's a really great thing. Okay, so.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is good. He said
Yahweh can go. Yahweh can fall on his own face.
I hope that he's really good for those human beings. That's what I'll say.
Absolutely.
I don't know what else to say to that.
and okay, are you guys ready to jump back in? We're almost through the chapter.
Let's see, we're on 37, right?
Yes, sir. Whereas thou hast searched all my stuff, what hast thou found for all thy household stuff? Hey, he's going into his house. Set it here from my brethren and thy brethren, that they may judge a peanut butter twixt us both. You've searched all my stuff and found nothing. Okay. This 20 years have I been with these, thy ewes and thy she-goats. She-goats have not cast their young, and the rams of thy flock have I not eaten. For 20 years I have served you, 14 years for your daughters, and 6 years for your cattle. Okay. That
Maybe he
was
put
Yep.
maybe he put the rams in with the she goats. That might have been the problem. I'm just saying.
Possibly.
It's like I've had those rams in there with the she goats for 20 years, and in 20 years they haven't made any babies yet. You know, they're getting a little old to do that now.
That which torn a beast I brought not unto thee. I bear the loss of it. Of my hand didst thou require it, whether stolen by day or stolen by night. Thus I was, it sounds like Batman for a second. Thus I was in the day that drought consumed me, and the frost by night, and my sleep departed from mine eyes.
Oh.
Thus.
Well, that should have been interesting to see.
Pretty
The
interesting.
sleep.
And then Mr. Batman
Departed?
came out and said, "Sir,
Is that like
Somebody's
the little crusties
sleeping
you
and-
get in your eyes before you go to sleep? Like the little crusties you wake up and there's a little crusty and you save and sleep under your eyes?
exactly."
Evidently,
Is
and
that
in,
like
in their
sleep?
case, I guess those things got up and crawled away.
I just want to know what it's like for the sleep. Like if I feel sleepy, to just go away. You know,
Go
just
away.
go away. I just want to know
Yes,
what it's
this-
like. One time, if you prove that to me,
Yeah,
I'll
the
feel
sleep
really
just
good about
depart
my
from
life.
your eyes.
I think it's just
Yeah.
very figurative language.
They should
I
stop
know.
with that because this is the word of God.
Instead of just saying "I woke up," they say "the sleep departed my eyes."
Well, they should
Yeah.
stop
Takes up
with
more
all this
space on the
figurative
page.
language, man.
Sounds more
You got
profound.
the
It
facts.
figures. It figures it would be figurative.
Go figure. Donald,
Yeah.
go figure.
I got you, Donald. But and okay. Thus have I been 20 years in thy house. I served thee 14 years for thy 2 daughters. Nothing wrong with that sentence. And 6 years for thy cattle. And thou hast changed my wages
7
10
years
times.
for the girls and 6 for the cattle. There you
I was
go.
gonna say now we have a good what is it called? When you
A
translate it
ratio?
back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah. We have an exchange rate between
Exchange rate. There we go.
women and cattle.
There we go.
As you
Can't
would have
beat
to
it.
have, you know.
I would just say that Farmville just got a little bit scarier, but I mean,
They're worth almost the same amount apparently.
and okay, except the God of my father, the God of Abraham, and the fear of Isaac had been with me. Surely thou hadst sent me away now empty-handed. Womp womp. God hath sent mine affliction and the labors of my hands, and rebuked thee yesternight. Even God told you last night not to bother
Even
me?
God.
Wow. Even God. What a dipple.
So where did the God of Bethel go in all this? I mean, did that one that just like make a guest appearance and never show up again?
Let me tell you, they do that all the time. They say a whole bunch of names and begatting and dying, and that's it. That's all you're ever going to know about them.
Yeah, but it ain't too often in the Bible that they have a guest God show up. You know, you'd think they would have given a little more than a cameo.
You'd think so.
Ladies
Okay.
and gentlemen, God has left the building.
He leaves. I'm out of here. Yahweh the highway, baby. And lesbian answered and said unto Jacob, these daughters are my daughters, redundantly redundant, and these children are my children, and these cattle are my cattle. We get it, private property. And all that thou, including your daughters, and all that thou seedest is mine. And what can I do this day unto these my daughters, or unto their children which they are born? Lesbian answered, these are my daughters, my children, my cattle, everything you see is mine.
All your daughters
Yeah.
belong to me.
And he wants to know what it's okay to do to his daughters.
Exactly. And okay,
I hope he's not asking Yahweh, because yeah.
Yahweh or
We'll find
highway.
out. We will
Are
find
they
out
18
shortly.
plus? I
Wouldn't
mean, are
trust
they
that.
18 plus, or you know?
That's not
what
an
are you
issue
talking
in the
about?
Bible. That's
I mean, that's
That's
all
an issue.
Catholic stuff, you know. That's
Yep.
Catholic stuff. I
Bible
know,
says
but still.
age is
Yeah.
just a number, so and
Apparently,
consent is
whether
not really important as long as it's a
This is
woman.
whether or
a
not they're
Catholic thing, I
close
get it,
relatives
but-
isn't much of an issue in the Bible either.
Wait a second.
Actually,
Did I
no.
just lose my pagan friend?
I think she just wanted to say hi.
You should have just you should have prayed
No, she
to
had-
Odin. Maybe Odin would have done something for you there. You don't want to
I
pray to
didn't say that
Yahweh.
either.
She had to go fall on someone's face.
Oh, that's good for her. That sounds like a lot of fun. That's
And
not
she-
a terrible thing.
And if she's listening for context, there was once a woman who seemed to fall on her face and laugh and got a lot. And she lived through it somehow. So
Oh Thor, please help
Long enough.
AOC's friend come back.
Well,
The
I
God
would never ever say anything of that likeness. Not even
Yeah.
once. I
Not
find
even
as much I find as much character and charismatic action and fun inside of painting my face and dancing around a fire as most people find in, I don't know, video games or something. I have a great time doing that. And
What do you
but
make your face with?
KOC,
I don't believe anything comes from it. I don't tell you that anything comes from that, you know?
Yeah, but
You
you know,
have
you're
your
lucky
faith.
though. You're lucky though that you're living in modern times and not the Bible's times, because otherwise it would probably been somebody else painting your face and roasting you on the fire.
Yeah, I would never tell anyone that I get anything from that except for how I feel, right? I don't tell you how you should feel about what I feel about how I feel. So my faith is completely different and irrelevant and concerns with a lot of different stuff, you know?
I've found faith to be irrelevant in general.
Like, I have so much fun with my stuff, and my kids have fun.
That could be taken
And,
wrong.
we all still believe
I like
in
the
very,
holidays.
very modern science. You know, we all still believe in evolution. We know the world is,
Yeah.
you know,
Round
At least 6,000 years
spherical.
old.
spherical. I can't remember the exact shape off the top of my head because I'm a little bit intoxicated.
it's
And
shaped like a
it's a
velociraptor.
It's a slightly oblate.
There you go.
It is
We
a
all-
slightly oblate spheroid.
We all still believe in space. And we don't have any problems with modern science at all, you know?
Yes,
Zero.
Space
Me and
as
my
in
kids
social
have
distancing.
zero problems with any science that comes out. We don't argue it. We don't anything. There's nothing there for us to argue, right? We agree with
Lots
that.
of stuff to learn, though.
And so it's
I
like
know.
people say, "Hey, you know, could you argue?" Like, I know I'm interjecting inside of something completely different than what we're even talking about. And if please tell me to shut the fuck up at any point.
That's all right. We've been interjecting
Uh,
all kinds of stuff that isn't what we're talking about is talking
I
about.
know
So
that, I
there
know
you
that
go.
as long as Dak has been here, this whole conversation thing has been like a little bit different. So, as far as I'm concerned, I mean,
Is that good or bad?
don't-
Dare I ask?
you haven't seen me. I will never say, "Hey, my religion versus your religion." I'll never do that. That's stupid as fuck. That's really bad.
Well, I don't have one, so it wouldn't work anyway.
But what I will argue is
That's for
historical
the
purposes.
atheists to do.
Like
We
historical
put the
things,
religion.
like, hey, if we want to argue historical evidence versus historical evidence, archaeological, historical, blah blah blah, who's older? Well, that's very easy for me. That's like a very easy thing to do for anyone outside of any Hebraic belief, you know. But
You mean like
beyond
which
that,
belief
that's-
system's older, or like which person's older?
Which belief system is older? Like when those
Oh, okay.
Belief systems were founded.
Oh, yeah. There are some belief systems that predate religions
to-
in general and are still around.
Though
Yeah,
not to
absolutely.
though not to push back a little bit too much, what would the date have to, or how old it would be, have to do with the truth of the religion?
Nothing, but it's a point of interest.
In my opinion, as an opinion, which I never said as fact, you'll never hear me say that, right? As an opinion, I would say that's something that comes before something else that has a, let's say, just an equivalent.
A history of being embellished.
Let's just say an equivalent rule set, right? And let's just say just an equivalent rule set.
Very
With an
betwixt.
equivalent, I'm a little bit intoxicated, guys, by the way.
You're
Um,
and in a
like an
second,
equipment
we're pairing and venturing and going back
that
on
is
topic.
insulated by various, facts or historical proofs or whatever the fuck. And that that insulated fact set falls backwards. It doesn't change facts. There are facts. There are a lot of historical proofs. There are a lot of historical, archaeological statements. And there are a lot of physical objects we can put in front of ourselves and say, hey, there were people who worshipped something,
Can I attempt to translate?
Hang on 1 second, brother. 1 second.
Yeah, when you're ready.
So all of these things predate any Hebraic belief. And many of these things, I believe, and I think I could argue pretty well, the Hebraic beliefs took from in order to create their current belief between 400 and 800 BC. And I believe that's where all of modern Judaism, Christianity, Catholicism, because in 2021, right now, we have most of the Christian churches are actually trying to fall back now. They're actually, even in the very, very small towns like where I'm at, they're trying to collide into back to Catholicism. They're actually stating their roots are in Catholicism, and they're trying to fall back into that because they need to regroup.
They're falling farther back than that if they're smart.
It's two different things. It's that, yes, they have borrowed heavily from paganism, but I don't think paganism is true.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell you that.
Well, if I can attempt to,
but I like Christmas. I like the pagan holidays.
If we had like a fun
podcast, like a really fun podcast where I could say, hey, KO Champ feels this and feels this and feels this. That would be fun, right? I could do that. But to argue my faith, I would never do it.
A lot more time on this, Donald. We do have to move on, but if you want to say something,
yeah, I was just going to say, could I try that translation? See if I get it right.
Yes, but then I will say it's been almost one chapter, an hour and a half.
Yeah,
we're almost through one chapter.
If I get it wrong, I won't make a second try. But my first try, okay, my translation: paganism borrowed from reality, and religions borrowed from paganism. Pretty close.
Okay. Yeah, I could argue that. That's good.
That actually is surprisingly concise, but not
that's
too
pretty
far
good.
off, I don't think.
And I'll celebrate any holiday
Intentionally
that
simplified.
has beer.
Donna, we found something fun that I can agree with you on. Cool.
Intentionally simplified.
Beer.
Exactly. I'll take any holiday that has
water.
good food and alcohol. And okay, the heap is a witness. Now, therefore, come, thou, let us make a covenant. Also, the categories, if you're paying along, absurdity and contradictions with itself. Let us make a covenant, I and thou, and let it be for a witness between me and thee.
Another covenant, Amy.
Another covenant. And Jacob took a stone and set it up for a pillar. And Jacob said unto his brethren, gather stones. And they took stones and made an heap. And they did an heap. That's what it says. And they did eat there upon the heap.
Yes. That's a hint that the H is silent. Made an eep.
Eep. Man. Eep.
And lesbian called, are you kidding me? Jurga Aris Disha Aris Duka Muda Huda Kuda Mata. Oh my goddess.
Jabberwocky.
Yeah.
And Laban called it.
Lesbian called it Jabberwocky.
Whew.
That's like in the next
Yeah.
word is that they called him Dan. Dan. They called him
And-
Jigger, Haduta,
Jeb,
and
Jeb,
Dan.
yeah, Jabberwocky and Gay Lad.
We're gonna go with Jaguar. And Lesbian called it
Close enough.
Jaguar. But Jacob's ladder called it Gilligan's Island. And
I like
Lesbian
Gilligan
said
better.
this heap this heap is a witness between me and thee this day. So every once in a while they like to rhyme. Therefore was the name of it.
Don't you love that? They need a witness, so they build one out of stone. I mean, and I don't mean like carving a stone statue that looks like a witness. They just literally piled stones together, made a big heap, and went, "Look, we've got a witness now."
Well, would you feel better if he turned a woman into salt and made that as a witness? I mean, would that be better
Not
for you?
much, no.
Not
Probably,
much better, no.
probably not much. Maybe not even at all.
At least the salt you can use, right? At least the salt.
No,
has
that's
purpose.
why I said maybe not at all. At least that could be utilitarian. I mean, long enough since then, she wouldn't be alive anymore anyway, so, can't have much feelings about that.
And okay, Paradventure, if you've just joined us, we are on our Skeptic Bible study, Wrestling with Yahweh, where Yahweh is up to a whole bunch of shenanigans, and we're preparing for our live.
Ouch. Crackling.
It has to be at that.
Y'all getting ready to come out.
Has to be at that moment. Okay.
It is ready.
And Lesbian said, "This heap is a witness between me and thee this day. Therefore was the name of it called Gilad. And Mitzvah, for he said, the Lord watch between me and thee, when we are absent one from another. If thou shalt afflict my daughters as you do, or if thou shalt take other wives besides my daughters as you do, no man is with us. See, God is witness betwixt me and thee." And actually, hold on. If you mistreat my daughters, or if you take any other wives, God is a witness between me and you. Oh yeah, buddy. God's got my back. Oh,
Wait, I thought it was the
shit.
heap that was a witness.
Oh,
It was.
shit.
From that one, it's another witness. God is my witness
God is my witness.
everywhere. And
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
okay,
hearing
so
feedback
God and
again.
the heap are witnesses.
Donald, I'm hearing feedback a little bit.
Yeah, you just muted and they came back. Maybe the audio.
Okay, this heap be witness, and this pillar be witness, and
Multiple witnesses.
did I just read that? That I will not pass over the heap, and that shall not pass over the heap, this pillar on me for harm. Did I read that? This heap be witness, and this pillar be witness, that I will not pass over this heap. I mean, I can't skip any of this wisdom over this heap.
James,
to
you're
be,
almost
and that
inaudible,
thou-
just so you know.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh.
This
Barely.
heap be witness, and this pillar be witness, that I will not pass over this heap to thee, and that thou shalt not pass over this heap and this pillar unto me for harm. I won't pass over this heap to you, and you won't pass over this heap to me. Oh shit, we set lines. Nobody's crossing over this heap. The God of Abraham and the God of Nanner, the God of their father, Judge Peanut Butter Twix.
Not that heap, man. Just not that
That's
one.
Just not
okay.
that
That's
one.
That was
okay.
bad.
That's a third god now that they've just introduced, and that's obviously a different god than the God of Abraham, because they're saying the God of Abraham and this other one this time.
Yeah, but that one's also, you could say blah 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 blah. It's God, right?
Lick my daughters? Oh.
Yeah, but it's obviously not the same God. I'm just saying they had a different God in there earlier, which it wasn't completely obvious it was a different God, but it awfully, very much seemed to be. This one, it's obvious because right in the same sentence they're saying
Hey,
this
look, man,
God
all
and
the
this
different
God.
gods are cool. Okay, all the different gods are cool, but the one God's not very cool. Okay.
He's a
Like
part
that's
of
what we're supposed to be getting to here, man.
Yeah,
You got
yeah,
one dude,
no kidding.
one god that's like, "Hey, bro, orgies are fucking awesome." You know, you got one
Yeah.
god that's like, "Hey, bro, you know, all this homosexual stuff is awesome." You got one god
Yeah,
that's like, "Bro, you should be fucking snorting cocaine off strippers' assholes." You're like,
yeah,
"Bro, that's awesome."
Wow,
You
I
know?
missed that part of the Bible.
Yeah, the
You
god-
got like
the-
all
the
these
god-
different gods, and they're like, "Bro, these are things that are really fun and cool and awesome." And
the god who killed all the other ones and declared himself the best, not so good.
And then you've got one guy that's like, bro, we're like with the Romans, and the Romans seem to be really fucking like badass, and they're gonna kill all the rest of you, and I don't want to die with them, so maybe I should like tell these guys some other shit.
And okay, and
Orgies
we're going
make
back
Yahweh
in?
sad. Gay people make Yahweh sad. Cocaine makes Yahweh very sad.
And okay,
And
we're almost
Jacob's
done
father
the
makes
chapter.
Jacob scared.
Okay, and Jacob sware by the fear of his father Isaac. Then Jacob offered sacrifice upon the mount once again, back to sacrifices, and called his brethren to eat bread. Oh, that escalated down. That's good. Yay!
That's
And
good.
they did eat bread.
Yay.
And yay! And tarred all night in the mount. And early in the morning, Lesbian rose up and kissed his sons and daughters and blessed them. And Lesbian departed and returned onto his place. I know that you guys are going to want to say something, but that's
Yes.
okay.
He's got a
Lesbian departed. And
All right. So we finished chapter 31.
wait,
Woohoo!
did the end thing not work right?
No, it
Did you
didn't.
just play the end thing and it didn't?
No, I didn't.
I don't think
it was just the
Oh,
end
you
of
played
the
something
chapter.
else.
We got through a single
Ah,
chapter.
that's
We're
what that
gonna
was.
put
Okay,
Hour and 40 minutes. One. We're going for one.
I thought something malfunctioned. Never mind.
No. Our time module.
This verse at the bottom is
Yes.
that the verse with lesbian where are they misgendering him, her, or is she trans?
I don't
Wait,
know.
did it have a gender?
Yeah,
All I saw was lesbian departed to outer space.
We didn't have. I mean, we had some excitement, but
A lot
of goats and
The piling. That was a big part of it.
piling
Yes.
on.
Yes, heaps of pillars.
Hillary.
There were a lot
Right.
of pillars. There were a lot of pillars in that story. Heaps of pillars.
We got a new covenant here, another covenant.
Oh yeah, and we have a trinity of gods in that chapter. It's like the Father, the Father, and the Father.
Hang on, where are
Yes,
we
it's
at,
the-
man? Which
It's the
part?
Father, and the Father, but they're three different fathers.
Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of fathers in the Bible, dude. That's like pretty known.
Yeah, but these are
I thought I was
father
going to learn
gods.
something new. I thought I was going to learn something very new here.
Well,
Like, hold on.
It says God of Nahor, the god of their father, and then there's the God of Abraham, which is another father god, and then there's earlier on in the chapter, there's what was this other one? The God of Bethel.
I'm
All
very
the same
with-
chapter.
Hang on. Are we about to go to the next verse? Am I holding something up
Yep.
first?
Well, let's go to the next. Are you ready to go to the next chapter?
Yeah, let's go.
everyone?
Let's go. Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm not gonna hold
We're-
anybody up.
We're
Let's do it.
almost up to the main meat. If you've been watching us, we
That's
still
all I
haven't started the pay-per-view event of our Skeptic Bible study, Wrestling with Yahweh. Let's jump
The main
into
meat, not the pillar.
the main meat, not the pillar. The book of Genesis, chapter 32. We're going to start off with some absurdity. Jacob meets God's host. Uh-oh, the agents are talking to each other.
Oh, that's the
Here.
meat you were talking about.
And
Mhm.
God is not a gracious host.
Not a gracious host. And Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. And when Jacob saw them, he said, "This is God's host." And he called the name of that place Mamres. When
Oh,
Jacob
Mamres,
resumed
yeah.
his Exactly. We're back to memories. When Jacob resumed his journey to Canaan, the angels of God met him, and Jacob's ladder said, "This is God's host." Good.
I have a question.
Okay. I might have an answer.
Have you seen Stargate or Stargate SG-1? Any of the Stargate
Yes.
stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Both.
Doesn't this sort of remind you of the Goa'uld? They're introducing God's host.
Sure. Yeah, I'll
He's
take
got
it.
parasitic.
I do
So
like
in this
parasite.
context, in the Bible context, the word hosts means armies, or like
Oh.
warrior
Oh,
angels.
So their God was not only parasitic, he infected like a whole lot of people at once.
Could have,
Okay,
if he
glad
wanted.
we cleared that up.
He usually just decides to kill people, which is much easier for him, and less messy.
Which is much
Takes
easier.
people, you know.
Exactly. And Robert, tell me if that buzzing sound stop. I have my own little personal heater because I am like a lizard. I have to always be in the heat, or I will. I'll be a frozen popsicle. Da, 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 da. And hello, Brandon.
That's better than being a melted popsicle, isn't it?
If you want to know
Brandon!
my,
Hey, what's going on, my friend?
if you want to know my true beliefs, I think a steak should be done medium. But
I prefer medium rare, but
okay, hey.
I'm
Oh,
medium rare.
you're killing my mom. My mom likes everything well done.
Oh, so does my
Vegans
parents.
prefer steaks to be very rare.
I'm a very medium rare guy. You know, I
Medium
want
rare,
I want a
that's
lot of rare instead of the Sears. You know?
Not
I want the
literal,
animal to be
metaphorical.
partially dead, but not real dead. You know what I mean? Like not real dead, but
Yes.
pretty dead.
Not Yahweh
Yes.
dead, but
Yes,
Pretty.
vegans.
Not Yahweh
Ve-
dead. That's right. But I don't want to be drowned to death
Vegans-
like with children. But like
Vegans
dead,
prefer
like I
steaks
killed
to be
her.
very, very rare or non-existent.
I think vegans concern like what cabbage. No. Maybe not like a deer steak. You know.
Well,
Yeah,
like I said, they prefer steaks to be as rare as possible.
I'm trying not
I
to
mean,
hold up the podcast here. Too. I'm trying to like say things very briefly.
you're killing us, KOC. You're killing us. Come on.
Oh man, I like steak.
Yeah.
And it's okay. I've been teasing everyone because I think the main event is actually at the end of this chapter. So we gotta climb. So Jacob prepares to meet Esau. What are those birds called? Is it
Storks.
not storks? There was something.
Emu? No, that's not. I don't know.
Yes. I'm
Is
gonna
it?
take.
Okay.
So Jacob's
I wonder
ladder
if that might have been what you
prepares.
meant.
Jacob's ladder prepares to meet Emu. There we go. And Jacob sent messengers before him to Emu, his brother, onto the land of Sir, the country of Edom. And he commanded them, saying, "Thus shall ye speak unto my lord Emu. Thy servant Jacob's ladder saith thus, I have sojourned with lesbian, and stayed there until now."
This is the first appearance of Mr. Batman in the Bible.
I know, finally.
He finally made a cameo.
He finally made it. "And I have oxen and asses," I bet you do, baby, "flocks and men servants and women servants, in that order, no other. And I have sent to tell my lord that I may find
asses of oxen.
that I might find grace in thy sight. And the messengers returned to Jacob, saying, "We came all over." No, my brother Ethan.
Ooh.
We came to thy brother.
As you do.
We came on your emu's brother.
As you would, Dak. As you would. Hallelujah. Praise God. Amen. You are filled with the Holy Spirit tonight.
Hopefully they ate pineapples.
Hopefully they ate pineapples.
And
Don't
also
worry,
he
the
cometh
Holy
to fall
Spirit
on
is
your
what
face.
comes next, when he gets done with Donald.
Also he fall on your face to cometh. I mean, he cometh to
Next
fall on your
up.
face.
You are going to get blessed.
Blessed. And he also cometh to meet thee. And 400 men with him. Come on.
Yes,
Come on.
400 men were coming with him. Yep.
Ugh.
It's like another Sodom.
Well, that depends whether they were falling on his face or falling on their asses.
Yes.
I think at that point, 400 of them, there'd be plenty to go around.
Plenty to go around. Just don't drop the soap here. Then Jacob was
Yes,
greatly
yes.
afraid.
Yes, they
Made
did
soup.
say they had a lot of asses.
Yes, a lot of asses. 222. Then Jacob was greatly afraid and distressed. Well, I getcha. And he divided the people that was with him, and the flocks, and the herds, and the camels into 2 bands. Oh my God, he made
I wonder
animal
what kind of music they were
bands.
playing.
It's exact. Donald, same wavelength. There you go. They were a good animal band. And said, if Emu came to one of the company and smite it, pew, 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 then the other company which is left shall escape. Da, 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 da. And Jacob's ladder said, oh God, my father Abraham. And
No.
no.
If all they've got for instruments is condoms, do they just form a rubber band?
Yes. And Jacob said, oh God, my father Abraham, and oh God, my father Isaac. Oh God, the Lord, which saidest. Oh, see, we're starting to understand what they're into. Now things make sense. Unto me, return unto thy country and to thy kindred, and I will deal with them there. With thee there, them there. He's a sadist. It's starting to
He'll
make
kill him
sense.
anywhere. It doesn't matter to him. I'll kill you there.
Yeah.
I'll kill you there. I'll kill you anywhere.
Yeah, I'll deal with them there before I deal with thee.
Bro, I'm about to deal with you, bro.
He's gonna deal with.
We're about to go head to
He's gonna-
head.
He's
gonna deal with them.
Something, bro. We're about to deal
Head
with
to
each
head.
other.
Head to head.
He's gonna deal with them there flocks of asses of oxen.
That's what I do.
What's about to happen is somebody's about to get fucked. You know? Let's just be real about things, all right? Somebody's about to get fucked.
Ooh.
They're gonna enjoy it. Somebody's gonna enjoy it. They're gonna enjoy it. We're gonna write a chapter about it. We're gonna say, "Hey, bro, maybe they didn't enjoy it so much. But we're gonna invite 25 other men to it."
Well, they already got flocked, so that was coming pretty
knew
close.
him. I did come unto him. I did come into her tent.
Oh, I bet you did.
Yeah, just on top of them. That's all. No big deal.
Where were we? And Jacob said, we said that, I am not worthy of the least of all the mercies and of all the truth. Ooh, excuse me. Which thou hast shewed unto thy servant, once again, slavery. For my staff, I passed over this Michael Jordan, the best of all. And now I become 2 bands. This shows how much of a 90s child I am, because I'm ever going to see Michael Jordan with a bunch of cartoon characters next to him.
Space Jam.
He is like, yeah, he is.
Welcome to the Space Jam.
With Bugs
Okay,
Bunny.
I'm gonna sneeze again in a second, but
That's
and now I become 2 bands.
That's that fruit preserve that they keep in tubes for astronauts, right? Space Jam.
Yes, that is exactly how it happens. Deliver me, I pray thee, from the hand of my brother, from the hand of Emu, for I fear him. Oh. Copyright, please. Okay.
Yeah, not too long. Not too long, or they'll silence that part of the video on us. The algorithms will get us.
Lest he will come and smite me, and the mother with the children.
He's gonna smite
What?
you.
Like God.
You're gonna get smited.
Yes,
And
past
the
tense,
house.
he smit me.
And he smit me. And thou saidest, he once again says, I will surely do thee good, and make thy seed as the sand of the sea. Which cannot be.
In other words, he's going to be infertile because sand doesn't reproduce.
Yeah, which cannot be numbered the multitude.
Neither do stars, but there's a lot of them, so God can make them reproduce.
You said you'd do good things for me and make my seed as numerous as sand grains of the seashore. Ooh. And he lodged
It
there.
actually doesn't say they're going to be numerous like sand. It just says they're going to be as the sand. So I said I think he's telling him he's going to be infertile.
He may be. And he lodged there the same night, and took of that which came to his hand a present of Emu, his brother. 200 she-goats and 20 he-goats. Why do you have to put that separately? But okay, very specific.
God wants
200.
Just to let you know, the he-goats were outnumbered.
Exactly. 200 elves from specifically Morador, and 20 rams, and 30 milk chocolate camels with their colts, 49. Wow, that escalated 50 fast. And 10 bulls. Oh baby.
Now I'm confused. Is this Easter or Christmas this is happening on? Because with these milk chocolate camels and and the elves, I'm just saying.
Once again, we're explaining Minecraft. 20 she-asses and 10 fowls. And he delivered them into the arms of an angel of his handservants. Every drove by themselves, and said unto his servants, Pass over before me, and put a space, peanut butter Twix, drove and drove. And he commanded the foremost, saying, When Emu, my brother, meeteth thee, and ask thee, saying, Whose art thou, and whither goest thou? If they could shove any more T's, if they could shove any more T's and H's into this paragraph, it would just be
meeteth thee. Meeteth thee.
Whose art thou, and whither?
Meeteth and asketh.
And whither goes thou? And whose art thou before thee?
And why did he wither?
And why did he wither? Thou shalt say, Thee be thy servant Jacob's. It is a present sent unto my lord Emu, and behold, also he is behind us. And
yeah,
so
watch out back there.
Watch out for Emu, bro.
Watch out for that emu behind you.
The emu gonna fuck you all up.
And so he commanded, he the second, and the third, and the fourth and the fifth, but yeah, they weren't that important. And all the followed.
Yeah, they're just all that followed.
Everybody else. And all the
they followed in droves. The droves followed the droves.
Saying, on this manner shall ye speak unto Emu, where ye find him. Jacob did this, hoping that by having Emu see the gift first, he wouldn't
talking snakes, talking goats, talking emus. Why not?
He wouldn't be so angry at him. And say ye moreover, Behold, thy servant Jacob is behind us. I don't know why I put more emphasis on that Jacob than all the others. For he said, I will appease him with the present that goeth before him, and go before me, and afterward I will see his face, and peradventure he will accept of me. So he went the present over before him, and himself lodged that night in the company. Jacob did this in the company. Jacob did this hoping that by having Emu see the gift first, he wouldn't be so angry at him.
He lodged himself betwixt the droves.
Yes.
All right, the event is about to start.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Round one. Ding.
Round in this corner. The main event, we have Jacob. And in the other corner, we have God.
Yahweh, I am that I am.
I am that I am. All bets, I hope, have been placed. Put them down. Here we go. Jacob has a wrestling match with God and
So
wins.
he's gonna load his whole family into his Ford.
Woohoo! And before we get into the chapter, let's look at this just hosh-posh of categories. We have absurdity, we have feminism, we have biblical family values, contradictions with itself, some pot shots at the LGBT community. What are these two fun ones over here? Hold on one second.
And don't forget the names have been changed to pretend they're innocent.
Yeah, so we have we have some interpretations and some prophecy. So, ladies and gentlemen, a whole menu. If you wanted a buffet,
there will be prophecies and interpretations of prophecies. There's a prophecy for you.
I like prophecies, bro. I like them.
Exactly.
Yes.
I have a prophecy.
A lot of people really like prophets in this country.
I have a prophecy that America is going to get a little bit worse, and people aren't going to like it. How about that?
Yes. As Matt
That'll probably happen.
says, I'm going to have a prophecy for a burger later, and then when it comes, I want to claim that I have fulfilled prophecy.
Fortunately, there's not much farther down that hill it can go.
Yeah. Well, if you get a burger later, then you have fulfilled prophecy. So,
yes. Be sure to make sure it's very, very rare, just to please the vegans, because the rarer the better.
Well, you take it however you want it. You steak that burger however the fuck you want.
Oh, you can.
We're going in.
How you have it cooked? That's a different story. I mean, you can ask them to cook it common if they want, rather than rare. But just encourage them to be rare because vegans prefer that.
We're all rare. And okay.
As rare as possible.
We're jumping in. And he rose up that night and took his 2 wolves.
Not making fun of vegans, by the way.
And he rose up that. Yep.
Just making fun of steaks.
We're going to talk in between the passages. And he rose up that night and took up his 2 wives and his 2 woman servants, because these are,
and his elven sons.
And he rose up that night and took his 2 wives and his 2 woman servants and his 11 sons. Holy moly!
As I said, his elven sons.
Yes. And passed
and put them in his Ford.
Remember, we're talking in between. And his 11 sons, and passed over the ford Jacob. So that night Jacob took 2 wolves, 2 concubines, and 11 sons. Wow. Holy moly, and crossed over the brook of Jacob.
That's why he needed that ford.
So I needed that ford. Okay. And I'm jumping back in. And he took them and sent them over the brook, and he sent over that he had. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. I need to read that sentence again. And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day. Let's read those annotations.
Yeah.
Later on the same night, Jacob wrestled with the man until dawn then the next day. So we're getting into a fight here.
Oh,
yeah,
man,
had a
get
roll
in the fight, bro. Let me hear it.
Had a roll in the hay that lasted all night.
Roll it up, baby. Roll it.
Pass it over.
Is there a mat that's large enough to fit Yahweh?
Yeah.
I'd be impressed.
Man, no.
Apparently so.
Even my mat has proven too small for Yahweh.
Yahweh or highway, baby. And okay, let's go. We're swinging punches. We're swinging. And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh, which seems to be a common thing in this book, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh, was out of joint. He's swinging for his thigh. He's now reaching for his joint as he wrestled with him. When,
Would Yahweh
when
go by
the,
below the belt? Would he really do that? Yes,
would he really do that? When the man saw that he couldn't beat Jacob, he touched the hollow of his thigh, dislocating Jacob's thigh.
Yes.
And
he punched him in the groin.
And he said, "Let me go, for the day breaketh." And he said, "I will not let thee go, except thou bless me." So they're rolling until he blesses him. That's what the man said, "Let me go, because if it getting light." But Jacob said, "I won't let you go unless you bless me." Oh, man. He was coming in with the Kamara, was trying to take the armbar, but he finished the submission with a "you better bless me or I'm going to leave."
And now the man Jacob was rolling in the hay with identifies himself.
Uh-oh. Are you...
Say my name, say my name, say my name, bitch.
Say my name, say my... No spoilers. Hold on. We're about to take off the Marvel reveal.
Yeah. Oh, spoiler. Spoiler.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Go, 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 go.
Yes. If this was WWE, Yahweh would be wearing a mask right now. And he said unto him, "What is thy name?" And he said, "Jacob." The man asked, "Jacob, what is your name?" Okay, pretty self-explanatory. And he said, "Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel, for as prince."
Israel, bitch. Hey, we got property. We in this bitch. We got this shit down now, baby. Making money. U.S. government. Fuck them Indians.
Yep. So Jacob's like, "Oh, now I own all that land over there because it's got my name on it."
Hey, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that, okay? We don't talk about that.
Okay.
It had someone else's name on it a little while ago, but now it's got my name on it.
Jack, we're not here for reality anymore right now. We're celebrating, okay? We're celebrating.
Now it's got my name on it because Yahweh here just changed my name.
Yeah, in fact, if this were a WWE match, this would be the where he's holding up the Israel title and he's showing it around. And I assume wine is being thrown. Okay,
Ain't that funny though? That God couldn't just like get away? You know why he couldn't get away, right? Because he's everywhere all at once. How's he gonna get it? How's he gonna get away?
Next,
everywhere he goes, there he is.
Exactly. And okay, for as prince hast thou power with God. Oh man, this is really, he's getting a power up. And with men hast prevailed. And Jacob asked him and said, "Tell me, I pray thee, thy name." And he said, "Wherefore is it that thou don't ask my name?" Okay, let's see what they're saying. The man said, "Your name is no longer Jacob, it's now Israel, because you have wrestled with God," apparently literally and not metaphorically, and have prevailed. Jacob asked God, literally, "Tell me your name." And God replied, "Why do you ask my name?" Because it's God, I guess. It's funny if God had a middle name, like it's like Charles.
And read the notation just below that one.
All right, and Jacob called the name of the place Penal. For I have seen God face to face, and my life is preserved. I've seen God face to face and lived. Yeah, apparently you actually wrestled him. Like you rolled with Yahweh.
Yeah. I find that funny because so many theists these days, they're like, you try to ask them to invite God to come speak for himself, and they're like, oh, no, I can't do that because, you couldn't bear to look at him, because, no human can look on God and survive. And here's somebody who wrestled with him and looked at him and survived. And not only survived, but God couldn't get away.
Can't get away. And Jacob asked him and said, "Tell me, I pray thee, thy name." He said, "Wherefore is it that thou don't ask after my name?" What the? Jacob asked God, "Tell me your name." God replied, "Okay, why do you ask my name?" And Jacob called the name. Oh, I did read that. Okay. And as he sometimes I can't tell if I'm rereading it or if the Bible's being redundant.
Oh, you're just
Jacob
passing
called.
over it. That's the Passover.
Passover, exactly. Seeing God face to face. Excuse me. And as he passed over penis size, the sun rose upon him, and he halted upon his thigh. Therefore, the children of Israel eat not of the sinew which shrank. What are we getting, Zelda here? Which is upon the hollow of the thigh, on to this day, because he touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh in the sinew that shrank. Therefore,
Yes.
Jews don't eat the sinew which shrank, which is upon the hollow of the thigh, because God touched the hollow of Jacob's thigh in the sinew that shrank.
In other words, this whole story is a backstory for why Jewish people don't eat a certain kind of meat.
And that's okay. In fact, you can bring us back into our view.
A certain part of the animal.
We just ended the chapter, which means... All right. It happened so fast. It was a 2-1 KO, but it seems Yahweh came out swinging and really took Jacob down.
Swinging to get away. Let me out of here.
Well, what are your guys' thoughts? You know, he's the all-seeing, all-powerful creator of the universe, so I think the money was on him. Yeah.
Jacob was that good, huh?
Yeah, apparently
not that good. So
yes, Jacob must be more than all-knowing and more than all-powerful, apparently.
We have another name change here. I see that. Another new naming.
Sounds to me like a dude beat down an angel.
Jacob is like super omnipotent.
Down. Like it sounds like to me like he had that angel in like an arm hook, maybe a straight arm bar, a triangle, leg, arm, triangle, whatever.
Yeah.
Made that angel his bitch,
Yeah, and then
like
the
angels are just bitches, bro. Like those dudes with like 1,000 eyeballs with 100 clocks on them. Like they got 1,000 eyeballs, 100 clocks. They can't predict the amount of time it's going to take for some human to choke the shit out of them.
Yeah, the angel did. The angel got all embarrassed and ashamed of that. That's why he identified himself as God. Just to like hide his real identity.
It's like a bunch of punks for me, bro. Like something I need to shake an angel down tonight, bro. Like angel comes to me, I'll be like, bro, I'm about to whip your ass, bro.
That sounds like a good title for a country song.
Bruh.
Shake an angel down tonight.
Bruh. Like it's that 2020. That's a 2021 word, right? Bruh. Hey, bruh.
Bruh.
Hey, bruh.
All right, next up. My bad.
Yeah, that's like bro with an H on the end, right?
We are. I actually think we're wrapping up. We could go on to another chapter, but that may be another hour or two. So I was thinking we're gonna close up in just a minute. So
yeah, save that hour or two for another episode.
We had our pay-per-view event, so I'm about to give our thanks and the final notices. So any final thoughts? We went over our 2 chapters. How was the I think the stone building? It was a tower. What was it called? Not a tower.
A pillar.
The pillar
and the pile.
And the pile.
No, heap, not pile, heap. That's right. The heap and the pillar.
I mean, it's just so much wisdom and so much knowledge conveyed in this chapter.
All right. Well, I always seem to be like practically the last one to go. So I'm gonna leave first this time. See ya.
It was nice having you on, Donald. Thank you for joining our Bible study.
Actually, other people already did lead before me, so they beat me too. But still, nonetheless, bye.
That's okay. And we're about to wrap up.
Oh damn, he did leave. Jeez.
Yeah. He was. I thought he was joking at first.
Yeah, I did too.
That is
I did as well.
okay. So that is fantastic. I want to thank all of you here for joining our Skeptic
Thanks,
Bible Study
AOC
episode.
and Donald.
Well,
and,
yeah,
Sam.
so-
To see Sam again. That was the highlight of the night.
Yep. So I want to thank. I'll do it the reverse.
Chat.
If you're doing that, yes, I reverse order. I want to thank James Donald, Donald Kronos, KFC Champ, Robert, Titan Uranus, Ian, Blue Cat, Aunt Jer, Doorknob, Jamie, Tao, and Brandon, and anyone else that I missed. I hope you all had a great time watching our Skeptic Bible Study, Episode 8, Wrestling with Yahweh. Don't forget to not only like and subscribe, but also hit that reminder for the all. And don't forget awesome more content coming up. Awesome, more content. More
Praise God
awesome
all the time.
content
Never stop praising
coming
God.
up.
Never, ever.
in the future. I hope
Our
you
God
all enjoy,
Is an
guys.
awesome God.
Jesus loves me. This I
He
know.
prays
For
our name
Amy
above.
helped me so.